Today on DC News Now, we started off cool, but we're seeing a warm-up. Could that continue into the weekend? Meteorologist Damon Matson has your forecast. After powerful Hurricane Milton's devastating landfall, many Floridians are picking up the pieces and starting over.
It sounded like a train. It was pretty rough.
A look at the federal and local response. Maryland Senate candidates Angela Alsobrooks and Larry Hogan facing off on the debate stage. We're recapping last night's exchange and taking a closer look at why the race is crucial in the future of the Senate.
We're just getting warmed up.
And can the Commanders go 5-1 this Sunday in the Battle of the Beltway against the Baltimore Ravens? We'll tell you how fans are feeling.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. We continue to follow the impact Milton has had on Florida. It made landfall Wednesday night on the west coast of Florida, devastating several communities. More than 3 million people are still without power. Forecasters say Milton generated more than a dozen tornadoes across the state. Officials say at least 8 people have died, including 5 people killed in a tornado near Fort Pierce. Meteorologist Damon Matson now joins us with the latest check on the forecast. Damon, obviously the weekend is here. Happy Friday to you.
Yes, happy Friday, my friends. And
I got a lot going on this weekend, man. I hope
you?
the weather cooperates.
All right. Well, I think we're looking pretty good for that. And those folks down, of course, to the south also getting a little bit of what we've had all week. Quieter weather. Good news is they do start to pick up the pieces. But back here closer to home, all that means for us is if you're like Mark and you have a lot going on this weekend, we have some great news for you. How about these temperatures? It is still chilly out there as we just now get into this Friday afternoon. We had a cold night last night in the 30s for most of the DMV, so that's why we still have upper 50s and only lower 60s. That's all the warmer it has gotten so far across DC and much of the I-95 corridor. And it's some improvement, however. Yesterday it stayed chilly throughout the entire day. We're already on a few degree warmer pace, and that warming trend will continue to take hold as we keep sunny skies around. Things are looking great as we go through the rest of the afternoon. It will be warmer than yesterday. We're talking about peak temperatures around 70 degrees right near the DC Metro, staying in the upper 60s, but just a few degrees short of that 70-degree mark off to the west. So it is wrapping up a beautiful week here with this sunshine sticking around. As we head into the weekend, should we expect more of the same with even warmer temperatures on tap? We'll have that answer in your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. As the southeast region continues to recover from Hurricane Helene and Milton, hundreds of blood drives have been canceled, and the American Red Cross says there's a blood shortage. DC News Now's Jean-Marie Cissé spoke with them about the need for more donations.
Yeah, well, the need for blood is constant, and the blood on the shelves now are currently being used to save lives in the moment. And that means that needs to be replenished for next week and the following week. Now, with hundreds of blood drives canceled in the southeast region, there's a blood shortage, and they need your help.
The reality is someone in this country needs a blood transfusion every 2 seconds. Imagine that, every 2 seconds.
Hurricane Helene and now Milton has definitely impacted the lives of many. And it's even contributing to the blood drive shortage. As many areas recover, Scott Marther with the American Red Cross says hundreds of blood drives scheduled up until the end of October had to be canceled.
If you think about people who are being affected on an ongoing basis in the Southeast, people who normally might go to a blood center and donate regularly or go to a blood drive and donate, some of them may not be able to, because they're focusing on their own recovery and their families.
He says the 2,500 units of blood that they normally collect can't be done, and with the organization providing 40% of blood supply across the country, that puts them behind.
If we don't collect 2,500 units, we have to make up for that somehow.
They're asking all communities, including the DMV, to step up, give blood, and save a life.
This could be my family member. It could be your best friend. It could be your spouse. Anyone could need a blood transfusion.
Now, if you are interested in donating blood, you can visit redcross.org, find the closest location to you, and book an appointment. For now, reporting in Northwest DC, I'm Jean-Marie Cissé, DC News Now.
Jan Marie, thank you. Developing now, a man shot and killed inside of a shoe store in Prince George's County, Maryland. It happened yesterday evening on Branch Avenue in Temple Hills near the intersection of Silver Hill Road. Police are investigating what led up to the shooting. They say that they do not believe the victim was an employee. They're still searching for the shooter. Anyone with information is asked to contact Prince George's County Police. Well, 2 teens were rushed to the hospital after a shooting in Northwest. It happened at the Tyler House Apartments on North Capitol Street yesterday afternoon. We're not aware of the victim's conditions, and the shooting remains under investigation. A teenage girl charged in the murder of a 64-year-old D.C. man was sentenced after pleading guilty 2 months ago. She's one of 5 girls accused in the killing of Reggie Brown last October. According to prosecutors, she stopped participating in the attack after noticing something was wrong with Brown while he was on the ground. The 15-year-old pleaded guilty to assault with a dangerous weapon and admitted to kicking Brown on the side. Brown's sister was in the courtroom during sentencing.
Young lady today, she was remorseful, she showed empathy, and she apologized to the families. So therefore, we think that Judge Briggs made an excellent decision on the behalf of our family today.
Well, the 15-year-old is ordered to serve 3 years in secure detention. The trial for the 2 other girls involved continues next week. DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and Maryland Senate candidates Angela Alsobrooks and Larry Hogan facing off in their first and only debate. The biggest topic, abortion. Alsobrooks criticized Hogan for vetting a 2020 bill to expand reproductive health care in Maryland when he was governor. However, Hogan says that he supports abortion rights and did not sign the legislation.
Look, we have the toughest gun laws in America. I made them stronger. I've always been for a universal background check. That was, the legislature was, playing games on that.
The more people hear about me, about my record, and about my positive vision for Maryland, we're earning votes every day.
Election Day, November 5th. Well, the latest polls show that Alsobrooks holding nearly double-digit lead over Hogan. Hogan is a critic of former President Trump. He's attempting to pull a major upset in a deep blue state. Now, during the debate, Alsobrooks attempted to tie Hogan to the Senate GOP, saying that a Hogan victory would potentially lead to a national abortion ban and give Republicans control of the Senate. Meantime, Hogan is pitching himself as a moderate, saying that he wants to work across the aisle along with other moderate Republicans and Democrats in the Senate. And keep it here for an exclusive walk and talk with candidate Angela Alsobrooks and our anchor Chris Flanagan. That's coming up at 12:20. In the district, ballot drop-off boxes are open today, and you can drop off your mail-in ballot at any election box at any time. The deadline to do it is 8 p.m. on Election Day, or it has to be postmarked by Election Day if you're mailing it in. Election Day again, Tuesday, November 5th. All right, let's turn to sports. Those Washington Commanders have their biggest test of the season this Sunday when they head to Baltimore to take on the high-powered Baltimore Ravens. Now, while the Commanders' offense has been lights out during their 4-game win streak, the defense continues to play well and improve, especially over the past 2 weeks. Well, it's the Battle of the Beltway this Sunday as the Washington Commanders take on those Ravens, and the Commanders are 4-1 and sit atop their division in first place. DC News Now's Tosin Fakile spoke with fans who are excited about the weekend matchup.
We're on U Street by Whitlow's Bar. It's one of the Commanders Rally Bar Network. And you can expect fans will be here on Sunday to watch the team take on the Ravens. Now, people have been telling me they don't think the Commanders have really played any tough teams this season, which is why the Sunday's game against the Ravens is possibly going to be a big test for the Commanders. It's also going to be a test for QB Jayden Daniels, which fans of both teams agree has been pretty impressive this season so far.
I didn't think that Jayden Daniels would be this good this fast.
Jayden Daniels looks like he's going to eventually become a similar style quarterback to Lamar.
The Burgundy and Gold are on a 4-game winning streak, something the team and fans haven't seen in a while. The Commanders' offense has been pretty solid, its defense making gradual improvements. And as impressive as the Commanders have been, they are going up against a solid Ravens team, even though the Ravens have had their ups and downs so far this season. I talked to fans of both teams, and the Commanders fan tells me he's a little nervous about the game. The Ravens fan a little more confident.
We're in for a tough challenge. I mean, the Ravens have the best rushing defense, and Washington has been rushing the ball very well. but against bad defenses. So this is really going to be a true test on Sunday. I think we have a chance to pull this game off.
I think that the Commanders so far this year, they've been a really nice surprise. No, I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be that competitive, in all honesty. I don't think the Commanders have faced any good defenses.
Sunday's game is at 1 o'clock at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. For now, in D.C., I'm Tosin Fakile. Back to you.
All right, Tosin, thank you. And again, the game is at M&T Stadium in Baltimore. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. And again, our thanks to Tosin. Let's talk about the Washington Capitals continuing their half-century celebration today with the return of former players for a special game. The alumni game is happening at MedStar Capitals Iceplex today at 2 p.m. The game is free and open to the public. It's the latest in the Caps' 50-year festivities. Last night, the team celebrated 50 Fest, featuring the team's current roster and a concert by rock band Third Eye Blind. And the Caps starting their season at home tomorrow. They're playing against the New Jersey Devils, and fans are invited to F Street starting at 2 p.m. for festivities, including Rock the Red Carpet. That begins at 4. Team members and alumni will walk the red carpet and sign autographs for fans. The puck drops at 7 p.m.